And then fade up, and then he's like, the ring is a dead giveaway. And Walter, like, he does a thing where he goes to the mirror, but it's like at the same time it's so that the guy can't see his face, and he's like, also that mole on your chin is the same, as well as that ring. It's cool. Walter denies it, and yeah, even though there's a lot of evidence. And so eventually he says, yep, that's me. And so Sam says, second time, how old are you? Sorry. And Walter Jameson says, let's just say I wasn't old enough to have known this man, Plato,
Jake's
personally, because it's a bust of his head.
Yes.
Plato.
And Sam's like, oh my god, which actually was warranted.
And so he says,
so you've been alive for 2,000 years?
Right. And he says, so how? But Walter Jameson, he's not going to tell him how because he doesn't know how. But he tells the story about what he remembers, and he says, he was afraid of death, looking for answers, for something to do because he felt like he couldn't learn enough in his lifespan. Because people lived for a much shorter time back then. So he found
36 years.
So he talked to a lot of people.
See what I did there?
Right, exactly. He talked to a lot of people, and he finally found an alchemist who had this formula for, I guess, everlasting life.
Here's a lesson in the zone. Lesson for life number 1: don't take formulas from alchemists.
Oh, please don't. Do people use the term alchemist? What does that entail?
I mean, I actually don't think people called themselves alchemist. Alchemist means like early chemist, and they probably thought they were smack up-to-date chemists, right?
Right, exactly.
Just like people who spoke Old English thought they were speaking smack right up-to-date English, and people who spoke Middle English.
Right. He's like, well, there are some disadvantages because you get to see all your friends die, all your children die, and the guy is like, and what I love is that it's like when the next question Sam asks him is like something that he's just curious about, which I don't know what else it would be, but for some reason it struck me as cool. It's like, so what about marriage? What's that like being really old? Have you had several wives? And he's like, yes. I don't know what this had to do with anything, but Walter talks about how he tried to resign 6 months ago, but Sam talked him out of it. What did that have to do with anything?
I think he was trying to resign to not have to marry Susanna, because he didn't want to do it.
Oh, okay. Well, he said that Susanna was falling in love with him, but he tried to discourage her, and the guy was like, why don't you just, why didn't you tell her? And he was like, I wasn't going to at first, because she wouldn't believe me, but then eventually it was too late, and I was in love with her, and if he's not going to believe me now, I'm not going to believe you. So he says he wants to die, but he's a coward, and that he has a revolver in his desk, and every night he takes it out, and he almost shoots himself in the face, but he decides not to because he's a coward. This doesn't make any sense. He can live forever. You can't die by shooting yourself in the face.
Yeah, no. That's not what it is. I think they later talked about accidents. Pretty much, it's not that he lives forever. It's that he doesn't age.
Then why is he living forever?
No.
Oh, I guess you're right.
He said that he's a lucky man. He's lucky enough to never have broken a bone, never have seen the inside of a hospital.
Oh, that makes that episode so much better. Because it was a big flaw. I was like, if you live forever, you can't... Alright, so it's an anti-aging thing.
Yeah.
Man, the episode is really good!
Yeah.
Because it was good, but with a couple big flaws.
It starts out and it's like carrying on, like... It gets better towards the end.
Such a good episode.
Better. Yeah.
And so Sam says, I will not let you marry my daughter. And then Susanna comes down and says, why not? And
that might be socially.
Yeah,
I'm campaigning to create the category on Zony's most socially awkward moment. Hey, if you agree with me, comment on. If you agree with me, comment on the video, and we will do it. If we can get at least I don't know how many votes.
Well, no one's ever commented. Once there was a spam one that was like,
hello, gentlemen. I want to show you my music covers.
But that's it.
No,
I don't think anyone watches this.
If we get at least 3 people to comment saying that they want most socially awkward.
At least one.
At least one.
That would be incredible.
If one person does that, and I'm going to say that it can't be me.
Yeah, can't be you, can't be me, can't be Calvin.
Okay.
I'm
probably gonna hire one of my friends.
What kind of stuff would be in there?
I don't know, like just social awkwardness.
Okay, yeah, this is alright, that's exact. Alright, so that's what you're gonna vote for?
Vote for me. Vote for rights for shrews.
Give me an example of what would be in there.
Okay, how about this? She comes down right at the worst time.
Alright, okay, I get it. Alright, I get it. Alright.
How about like a world? How about
Anyway,
How about like a world of distance? That was stuffed with
Difference.
social awkwardness. Difference? I said difference.
No, you said distance.
I don't care.
Alright, so Walter claims it's because he's too old. And then for some reason he says, this is one flaw. Better than two flaws, but still, he says, you'll marry me tonight. What the heck?
He doesn't want Sam to discourage him. He doesn't want like
Sam to tell her.
before
I guess
Sam
you're
can
right.
do any action. So 2 flaws just went down to 0.
Yes! What a good episode. Because, I mean, everything other than that, like, it's really good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that the acting is good, not maybe Zony nomination worthy, but it's good. And
Well, I mean, just the top 5 actors right now will probably stay the top 5 actors.
yeah.
We would need something pretty darn good.
He says, I'll meet you in 5 minutes, or 15. And he said, put all your prettiest things in a little bag. And so he runs across the street to his house, which is across the street. Old woman isn't behind the tree anymore. Guess he just left, huh? He's at his desk, and he pulls out his gun, even though he just said he's gonna marry. I guess whatever. I don't care. Pulls out his gun. Puts it down, though. And then he starts to
turns
write, and then he hears,
Hi,
Tommy.
Tommy. That might be a creepiest thing.
And then-
Domini.
And then he pulls up the light, and he sees this old woman, and her face is just bright in the light. It's so spooky.
Yeah.
She's like, you recognize me, Tommy? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She's like, you're Tom Bowen.
See these eyes. You said once that these eyes were the most beautiful eyes in the world. Eyes.
You're my husband. And he's like, well, I guess you're mistaken. And then, what the heck does that say? Oh, and she says that she saw his picture in the newspaper announcing his engagement to Susanna. And then she's like, I knew it! That's why you left me, because you could live forever. I won't. And it's kind of, and I like how she's doing this. Like, she's taking action to protect all the other women so that they don't have to be devastated. And so she takes the gun, shoots him, we hear a gunshot. And then
We go to outside of his house and we hear a gunshot.
Right. And then we go, and then Sam runs out, and I love this moment. I love it so
Yes.
much because he goes
Is this
up.
gonna be coolest thing?
Wait. This is. I don't think I'm talking about what you're thinking of, but it might be. It's where he goes, and the old woman is out there. Loretta
Oh,
is her
no.
name. And he goes, what happened there? And she walks away, and that's the last time we ever see her. She just shot him in the face and left. What do you think about that?
I don't
So
think
cool.
she got shot in the face.
She shot him in the face. And
We
then-
saw his face and it did not have.
Oh, well, right. Well, I like saying face.
Okay.
Face. Sam opens the door, goes up and finds Walter, and he has white hair, old hands.
And he's disintegrating.
And
He's
he's
in his old
aging.
hand and he's aging and he's
He
aging.
says nothing lasts forever.
He ages
God.
and he ages and he
And
ages.
he collapses.
And
then
oh, it is so
And then
good.
Susie's coming, and Sam's like, stay out of here. And then Susie comes in, and she's like, Walter, where's Walter? They see his clothes with dust. It's so cool. And that's the end.
That might have been the best scene I've seen so far.
What do you think of this one?
Oh, that was wonderful.
It's really good.
Yeah.
All right,
And then I remember it.
Me too. And I think that the talking, usually when you have a long scene of people talking, it's boring in the Twilight Zone, like in One for the Angels. But here, it's really good. What were some flaws? No. It's good.
No, you know what? There were,
I mean, plot flaws have been debunked, but I mean, like, in terms of, like, the way it was made, written, paced.
let's see.
I really don't think there's any
I don't
there
know.
either. And I think they discussed all the cool things about immortality.
Yeah,
Like-
they got all philosophical.
Right.
And usually when they get philosophical in the Twilight Zone, it's like, no, duh.
Oh. But here
But
it's really
still.
cool. They discuss all the really, because
We only like
immortality
the
is
rose because it will soon be gone. I'm not a rose. Oh,
You're a
you should be so
stone.
lucky.
But what's cool is immortality is really cool because all the advantages and disadvantages of that, and they pretty much discuss all of them.
Yeah.
All right, what are you gonna give it? I need to think about that.
Listen, I have done this once before, I believe. 10!
Wow!
10! 10! 10! 10! 10!
I think I'm a little harsher about these things because this is something I realized the other day. I'm probably going to cut this out. But if everything that is presented to me is really good, I'm going to give it a 9. And if it does everything it can and like the acting and stuff is above and beyond, that's a 9.5. And if like in addition to that I can talk about it for a long time and there are little nuances that connect and make sense to make a big old circle that you like see when you walk the second, third time, that's like a 10. Sorry, long live Walter Jameson. I think I'm gonna give it
Do you want a drum roll?
it's really tough. I'm gonna give it
Should we do
almost a 9. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. But still, check it out, guys.
Well, way to ruin both of the episodes that I gave 10 to with an 8.5. You're
right.
You ruined Maple Street too with an 8.5.
You're right.
Maple Street was as good as And When the Sky Was Opened.
No.
Yes.
So, next time on In the Zone, somebody with me, we don't know, we'll be talking about the episode People Are Like All Over. We'll see you then.
Okay, bye.